Good morning. Hello. Happy September. We're going to start out. Donna is not here. And I lied. For those of you who are new to our philosophy, we start each day with a falsehood. So I have now done that. And there's another one. So there's two in a row. How about Liar by 30 Dog Night?
Oh, great song.
Anyway, Bev, you have been saved. I had already approached Bev because I hadn't seen you and said, Bev, if Donna's not here, could you lead it? So with that in mind, Donna is here. And if you would lead us in our song. Just walk right in and take control.
I will. You may be seated, sir. Please stand and join me in this song.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, healing is healing day. This healing, healing, healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friends. My wonderful, wonderful friends.
Thank you. Welcome, Zoomers. Welcome, everybody who is here. Well, welcome you if you're not here, but you're probably not hearing me. From up here, this is quite the sight. This side of the room, and the Zoomers can't see this, but this side of the room is like jam-packed with people. And there's a little more than a smattering on this side. If we were a ship, we would be listing. So I don't know what it is about this side of the room.
These are more expensive seats.
These are the more expensive seats. There we go, yeah. We charge twice over here what we charge over here. So, okay, we're going to start out our morning by welcoming everybody, and we'll do the top half where we all say it together, and then just especially if you're on this side, get up, go over, introduce yourself to somebody, and just say hi, wish them well, and just be friendly for a couple of moments, because that's who we are. So together we say, we are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. Introduce yourself to somebody. If everybody would have a seat. That's the trouble with asking people to be friendly. They actually do it, and then we can't get them contained again. On the screen right now, you see the events that are coming up for this week. We are in a new month. We are in September. And as I like to start each month with 90 seconds of trivia. September's got some interesting things going on. First of all, days, quirky holidays or dates for this month. Yesterday, September 6th, was Fight Procrastination Day. We will celebrate it today. Other events that are taking place in September. September 13th is Positive Thinking Day. Okay, so there's a good one to remember. And September 19th, one of my all-time favorite holidays. Anybody know what September 19th is? It's Talk Like a Pirate Day. September 28th, it actually happens to be my birthday too. I don't know how to take this. September 28th is Ask a Stupid Question Day. Which was probably the day I was born. My mom said, "Oh my God, what's that?" This is the thing that's really cool. There are a lot of peace-related holidays in September. September 1st was World Peace Day in Japan. September 8th, tomorrow, will be International Literacy Day. September 11th, of course, is what we call Patriot Day. September 15th is the International Day of Democracy. Please let it rain. I don't mean rain like dripping. I mean, let it continue going. September 21st, International Day of Peace. And September 30th is Truth and Reconciliation Day. That's in Canada.
September 11th was another memorable day.
Well, yes, that's why it's called Patriot Day. Yeah.
That's my mother's birthday.
It's your mother's birthday. Okay. September also happens to be the most common birth month. This is true. The most common birth month is September. It's pretty easy to figure out why. Go back 9 months. It's the holidays. My mom told me that I was a New Year's celebration. But here's something that's kind of, the top 7, the most popular birthday on the planet is September 9th. Okay, so if you're born on September 9th, you have a lot of friends. Other popular birthdays, the other most popular birthdays are September 19th, September 12th, September 17th, September 10th, and July 7th. Now, I don't know what was taking place in October that caused July to be such a popular month, but that's it. Halloween. I've got a treat for you. Okay, a couple more comments. Historical events in September. This is kind of ironic. September 1st, 1939, World War II began with Germany invading Poland. September 2nd, World War II officially ended with Japan's surrender. Unfortunately, there were 6 years in between. It would have been nice if it just, let's call this whole thing off. September 8th, 1966, Star Trek premiered, changing our entire culture. Make it so. No, that would be Picard, wouldn't it? Make it so. September 22nd, Lincoln issued the preliminary in 1862, Lincoln issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation. And September 30th, 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. And finally, September 10th is World Suicide Prevention Day. September 21st is World Alzheimer's Day. And famous people born in September: Freddie Mercury was September 5th, 1946. Bruce Springsteen, September 23rd, 1949. Agatha Christie, September 15th, 1890. And Stephen King, September 21st, 1947. And I have a particular fondness for the fact that in 551 BC, in the state of Lu, which is now Khufu in China, Confucius was born. So I share my birthday with Confucius. His birthday is traditionally celebrated, and it's called Teacher's Day in some regions. So honor teachers. Okay, there we go. Now you are up to date. You can go to the coffee cooler or to the water cooler, and you can share all this trivia with people. You will be tested before you leave. Let's take a look at what else is coming up. We have our Welcome Wellness Group, which Angelica thought, in light of all the telestuff that's going on, let's call it telemeditation or teletreatment. So this has been going on. It's our longest running group from even before when Angelica was here. It's every Thursday night at 5, and you can just go to EurekaCenterForSpiritualLiving.com, which will redirect you to our Zoom link, and you can take part in it. Whatever wherever you need wellness. It's not necessarily being sick. It's just looking for wellness. The Love of Writing group. There we go. It's the third Friday of each month. Next time will be February. Where the hell did that come from? September 19th from 2 to 3. It's a great group. It's been small. It's fine with just the three of us who regularly show up. We share ideas, but we'd love to have more. And it's a safe place to write, to be creative. I look forward to it every month. Just you get a prompt and you just write whatever comes out of your mind. And it's fun, so we'll get that out of the way. Practitioners Clinic. We will be having a practitioner clinic on the 20th, and what that is gives you a chance to meet the practitioners, to learn about treatments, ask about the philosophy. It's from 9 a.m. to noon. All the practitioners will be there, in theory, and you can have treatments done. So it's a new thing that Angelica came up with, and it'll be a lot of fun. So the practitioners who will be there, myself, Susan, Michelle, Edward, Angelica will be there, and would that be it? Yeah, I guess that's it. Those are all the practitioners. Okay. Speaking of Edward, the men's group continues. That's also on Saturday, 9:20, but that's in the afternoon. It's a group for guys. We just get together and we talk, and it's really supportive. Sometimes we have deep discussions. Sometimes we share ideas. Sometimes we get in slight disagreements. We're like a family, and we all enjoy each other. And please come join us if you would like. Dinner and a play. This is with our Better Together social club. That'll be September 26th at the 5th and D Theater. This is a Redwood Curtain production. I went and saw this for opening night because I work there, and it's a fascinating play. It took me about 15 minutes, to be honest, to get into it. It's basically, there are 3 actors in the play. One actor is a 16-year-old young woman who is only in the second act, which is a very short act. The first act is 2 actors, but of the 90 minutes of the first act, it's basically a one-woman monologue about Constitution, women's history. It's not, if I'm making it sound dull, it's not. She goes all the way back through what women have gone through, and she's a woman of a certain age, what she was raised, the morals she was raised with, what she was taught, and ties it all to the Constitution. It's really an enlightening play. And then there's a segment where a man gets up and he talks about how men have been raised. But very fascinating. Minimalist set. It's definitely worth seeing. Who would they see? Sign up at the side table. And if you get at least 8, there is a discount. And they're usually...
More than 8 right now.
Okay, then there's a discount. How about that? Okay.
How much is it?
It will be, if you're a senior, it will be 16. If you're not yet a senior, if you're not yet fortunate enough to be a senior, it will be 18.
You got 11 right now.
Okay. And then there'll be dinner beforehand for those who want to go to that. So that's September 26th. Finally, I think that, okay, our little pantry. Oh, I also wanted to mention an aside, Marvin, who usually helps Ari in the back, and I've said this repeatedly, but it's worth repeating. If you haven't seen the videos that Marvin and Ari put on YouTube, the production values for a little center like this are really amazing. And go take a look at the YouTube channel. It's worth watching. Right now it's Ari all onto his own. Marvin is gone this week, but Marvin will be leaving October 1st, I think it is. So if you would like to learn how to help Ari, Ari would welcome hearing from you. I don't know where Marvin is going. Yeah.
He's working with a group with Channel 12.
Oh, okay, he's working with a group with Channel 12. So, yeah, Access Humble. And Ari has informed me this morning that if a replacement isn't found immediately, Ari will not die. So that's good, but we'd like to raise the bar a little bit over that yeah, to help out back there. Anna, of course, has stepped in for where Randy Hall used to always sit back there. So we're always looking for people to help out. Okay, now the little pantry, we talked about practitioners are available now. If you would like to talk to one of us after the service, please approach us. The little pantry needs to be fed. I saw Lori out there this morning taking care of it, and thank you, Lori, for leading the pre-service as you do the first week of every month. And we are now into a new month, and our new theme is Finding Sacred Rest Stops. So Donna will lead us in another song, and then the moment of peace will be led by Susan, and then Reverend Angelica will take the stage. Thank you.
I invite you to take a nice cleansing breath.
It is clear to see how each day may be full of friends for me to learn from. I am one, I am beautiful, I am one, I am joy, I am one with the universe, I am love. And the world may be a discovery of majesty to learn from. You are one, you are beautiful, you are one, you are joy, you are one with the universe, you are love. And the universe, such a fantasy, full of mystery to learn from. We are one, we are beautiful, we are one, we are joy, we are one with the universe, we are love.
The topic this month, as you have seen, is sacred rest stops. So I thought we would start with stillness. And I'm reading today from one of my favorite authors. It's Wayne Muller's. His book is Sabbath, Finding Rest, Renewal, and Delight in Our Busy Lives. So if you just settle into your chair, take a couple of centering breaths. After the reading, there'll be a minute of silence, and then Jackson will sing us into the invocation. Did I just start echoing? Who is it that can make muddy water clear? Asked the Tao Te Ching. But if allowed to remain still, it will gradually become clear of itself. The invitation to rest is rooted in an undeniable spiritual gravity that allows all things at rest to settle, to find their place. There comes a moment in our striving when more effort actually becomes counterproductive, when our frantic busyness only muddies the waters of our wisdom and understanding. When we become still and allow our life to rest, we feel a renewal of energy and gradual clarity of perception. The psalmist speaks of this. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Here we have another stunning principle undergirding Sabbath time. God does not want us to be exhausted. God wants us to be happy. Let us all breathe into that feeling of calm, centered, at ease, knowing that as we calm ourselves, as we still the turbulent waters of our mind, we give space for the one life to enter. We give space for inspiration to inspire us on our next step. We give space for love to bloom. And so let us, as we go about our day, let us know that with every breath we take, we are bringing in the life and the love of Spirit of the Divine. And I know that today, in our talks and our music, that we will all be inspired. Something will touch us. Something will inspire us to move into a greater sense of being, always knowing that all it takes is a deep breath, and we are centered once again in our wholeness. And so with this knowing, with this knowledge, I am so grateful, and I just let this gathering unfold in its right and perfect way, and so it is.
Right here and right now, I'm at peace with myself. I'm quiet and calm, I'm at ease. I'm quiet and calm, I'm at ease.
Thank you, Jackson. That was perfect. Now I'd like to welcome Reverend Angelica to the podium. It's all yours. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I've had a few questions about my arm journey. I'll have to tell you that I went to physical therapy for the first time Thursday, and I thought, oh, this is so easy. I could do this, no problem whatsoever. And Friday, oh my God. But it's healing. It's absolutely healing. I mean, I washed my hair yesterday with both hands instead of one. You know? Woohoo! So we've been on this spiritual journey all year long. And as Susan said, that today, or this month, is about finding sacred rest stops. Scott said that too. So today I decided to talk about the body. Rest for the body, which to me is honoring the temple of life. You know, yesterday, Lori and I went to the zoo, and it must have been some kind of special day because there were various booths around about different things. The first one we stopped at was how to get rid of ivy, you know, and I did that, some of it around my yard. Ari did some of it around my yard, and there's even more now. It's like, wow, that stuff grows fast. But then we found one that was like 2 rectangle tables long, full of boxes of insects on pins. And I'm looking at these insects, and they were gorgeous. I mean, the wings are different colors, the bodies are different shapes and colors. One insect had 2 antennae that went like an inch longer than its body. I was looking at all these insects and thinking about the variety of life. And then we started talking to the young man who had this booth, and he was so excited to have somebody to talk to about this stuff. And I asked him, well, how long have you been into bugs? And he said, since he was a kid. And then he couldn't imagine he was going to university, and what was he studying? Bugs, But he was really excited about it. And one of the things that he told us was that over 300 million years ago, dragonfly-like insects called griffin flies had wingspans that were more than 2 feet wide or more. I mean, can you imagine a dragonfly coming at you with wings? Oh my goodness. And what he said was, the reason why the insects of that period of time, over 300 million years ago, were so large was because the air was rich in oxygen. Think about that for a minute. Now we have little tiny bugs. One of the other things he said was that dragonflies and most insects do not have lungs. They have little, I don't remember what he called them, but like little holes down their sides that, as they fly, the air goes through them, etc. But that, I thought to myself, wow, environment shapes possibilities. For them, it was oxygen. And for us, it's the environment of rest and reverence and care that we create for our bodies. Regardless of how much oxygen is in the air, it's not going to run out, thank goodness. But when I think about how much there was then and how little there is now, it's like, oh dear, we need to do something. But for this idea of resting along our spiritual journey and paying attention to the body, I want us to recognize that the body is the temple of spirit. Have you ever really thought about that? Your body is the temple of spirit. So sometimes I know throughout the years as I've expanded and retracted in my body, I have considered my body a burden. And when I really thought about this, the idea that the body is the temple of spirit, how can I consider that a burden? No matter what it looks like, it's still sacred. And that's the way we should be treating it. They're sacred vessels designed for vitality, joy, and wholeness. And so this to me means that when we allow ourselves to rest, when we really take care of our bodies, we're taking care of or honoring divine creation. Dr. Holmes might say, I remembered this, but I couldn't find it in my concordance to the science mind. The infinite has incarnated itself in us, and our bodies are part of the divine expression. To honor them is to honor life itself. Honor life itself. I mean, what if we really began to honor our bodies? I think that I sort of got over that, oh, I'm fat thing. I mean, you notice I said sort of. When I was in Europe, I remember sitting in Barcelona at a coffee shop in a little courtyard and watching people walk by. And the young women were thin. The older women were bigger. And they didn't I believe personally that they didn't look at themselves in the mirror and go, oh, I'm fat. They probably honored their body as an expression of the divine by not putting it down, by allowing themselves to be in it and be present in it. A friend of mine was bent over pulling weeds for quite a few hours, and she kept hearing in her mind, go get the stool. You should get the stool. Go get the stool. But she didn't listen, or she did listen, but she decided not to pay attention, and then she ended up pulling a muscle in her back. So that laughter that went through the room makes me realize that we've all done this. We've all had times when the universe, the spirit that this is the temple of, has said, hey, why don't you do this, or get that, or whatever, and we haven't done it. That inner voice whispers, and if we ignore it, then the body reminds us in ways that we might not appreciate. And after I thought about that, I'm thinking, okay, well, what was this about? Falling and breaking my arm when everything's going well. I'm admiring my yard. You've heard this story already. And then suddenly I'm flat on my deck in tremendous pain. Well, I did find out or realize that part of it is about writing. And so one of the things about honoring the body is to listen to its wisdom. Those gentle, they start out that way anyway, gentle inner nudges that are Spirit's way of guiding us towards balance, guiding us towards self-care, guiding us toward honoring the body temple. In the glossary of the science mind, Dr. Holmes defines body, this is just part of the definition, the outward form, the entire manifestation of spirit, both visible and invisible, is the body of God. Within this one body of God is including all lesser bodies. In other words, all of our bodies are the bodies of God. So how are we treating them? How are we really treating our body? I watched this wonderful little video yesterday with a man who is a Qigong teacher who was saying that we live in our heads. And guess what? Most of the stuff we're living by, we've made up. So this man was talking about, in the Chinese tradition, the center of our bodies. You say, let's get centered. So where do we go? To our heads. And we try to calm it, right? And as we're calming it or trying to get to that quiet space, little thought goes by, oh, it's cold in here. Or, oh, I heard somebody's phone go off. Or, all kinds of things come up, right? So he's saying that the center of our bodies is like 2 inches below our belly button. And it's called the lower dantian. And the Chinese consider this spot, there's 3 dantians actually, but this one is the most important one because it houses our, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right, but our Jing, which is our essence, our Qi, which is our energy, and Shen, which is our spirit. All of that is down here. It's not up here. Somebody once told me, we were in a class and we were working this out, and somebody said, well, this is the library, where all the information is stored. And the lower dantian is the kitchen. That's where everything's cooked. So you have to run to the library to get the information or the recipes or whatever. And on the way, you have to pass through the heart, which is bringing love into the whole thing. So when I'm listening to this man who's doing this video and thinking about this, I realize I don't pay that much attention to my body. I mean, yes, I clean it and I like to dress it pretty and, you know, stuff like that. But other than that, doesn't mean much. And I don't pay much attention to that except when it hurts. And so when it hurts, it's trying to get my attention. Perhaps my intention, because my intention in life is to stay centered, to be spiritual, to be a good teacher, etc. So when I want to get centered, I can't do it by thinking about it. I have to drop down into that area of my body that is the true center and allow it to move me into the place that I want to be. So I thought about some sacred rest stops for our body. And so I thought about this. I'm thinking of it as, you know, you're driving a car and you're on life's busy freeway and you're passing by or stopping at various sacred rest stops. Now, I know that when I was driving down, when I was the minister of Eureka as well as here for that year, I knew where every rest stop was, believe me. And yet, here's some rest stops that we might not think of. So one of the rest stops we have to think about is movement. I sit in front of my computer probably 3/4 of a day, every day. I mean, I'm going back to what I wanted to do so much as a child, which is be a writer. Plus, I do things for the center all the time on the computer. I mean, I do more Zoom counseling now than I do phone counseling. I love Zoom. I mean, that's one thing that came out of the pandemic that I like. For instance, yesterday, or this past week, I did one in West Virginia. I did one in Maine. I have an appointment to do one with somebody I've known for a really long time who lives in China. He's a teacher in China right now. I couldn't do that if it wasn't for the computer, so I don't really mind sitting there. However, I need to start stretching every time I get up from the computer. I need to start walking. I want to start dancing because this body is made to move. This temple wants to move. And in a way, movement is medicine. That's why they have you do physical therapy after you break your arm. The movement is medicine, right? So my second one is nourishment. How many of us actually eat mindfully? Anna's raising her hand. Corinne? Okay, 3 or 4 of us. Most of the times what we do is, I live by myself. Well, I live with 3 cats, but I live by myself. And so I get my plate of food, and I normally cook healthy food, and I go and I sit and I watch TV. Right? So that is not mindful eating. I remember Dr. Raymond Charles Barker saying one time that if you're sitting in front of your TV watching, what you're really doing is swallowing the news. Yipes, especially today. So eating good food and mindfully. And I even did a class one time on mindful eating. I taught one in Hawaii about blessing your meals, knowing that they're sacred fuel for spirit's work in this body. And mindfully, one of the things that I had our students do was first you look at the plate. You see what you have on there. You're grateful for everything that you're about to be eating. And then you take something on your fork and you allow yourself to look at it. Really see what it looks like. Smell it. Smell the food. Most food smells really good. Take a bite, but don't chew it immediately. Feel what it feels like in your mouth. Allow your taste buds to get a little hint of it. Most of us are going, chewing a little bit and swallowing. We don't really pay attention to this food. So eating food mindfully and definitely blessing our meals as sacred fuel for Spirit's work. My third one is breath and, of course, meditation. So when I thought about this, just as those ancient insects needed oxygen, we also need conscious breathing. And quiet time, we can add quiet time to that to oxygenate, to get more oxygen into our bodies and into our spirits. So breath and meditation. My fourth one is rest and sleep. Sometimes I really have to force myself to go to bed. I'm either watching some series on TV or, I have every channel in the world, it seems, and have since the pandemic. But, I'll just watch one more episode, and pretty soon, I'm yawning or I'm asleep in my chair, right? So true rest restores balance in our bodies. To me, I think I could think of it as a sacred practice, getting the rest that we need. Because that rest allows the body to do what it does while we're sleeping. It renews the body temple, we might say. So my last one is mindfulness. So do all of these things with the feeling of presence, and that's with a capital P, spiritual presence. Not rushing into everything, but savoring each act as a holy act or a sacred act for the temple of life. If you really believed that this body was a temple of the divine, how would you treat it? I think we have to think of that all the time. And so remember those griffin flies? What I remember about what he said was that those great insects could soar because the atmosphere supported them. So today, in these days, spirit is our atmosphere. You're breathing in spirit, you're breathing out spirit. You're walking on spirit. You're moving through spirit. You're eating spirit. Everything that we're doing is spirit. There's nothing that isn't spirit. So my feeling is that when we allow ourselves to have an atmosphere of rest and care and remembering that this is Spirit's temple, that this allows us to soar just like those big insects did. And when we create the right environment, the temple of our body becomes more than just shelter. I believe it becomes a place of light. That's our true nature, light. Does anybody remember Corellian photography? Remember when that was really popular? And what did it show you? It showed you light, the truth of your being. And some people think that their light is really small. But the truth is, it can be quite large. And the more you pay attention to it, the larger it is. And the more you pay attention and the larger it is, the more you affect the world around you. And so what do we want to affect the world around us with? Love. Yeah, love. It's all about love. And love means many things to us. Everybody, I could ask everybody here, and we probably just, some of us would have the same definitions and some of us would have separate ones. But love is what we're here for. So I have an affirmation for you before we go into treatment. So it has 4 lines, and I'm going to say the line, and then I'll repeat it so we could say it all together, okay? Take a breath. I honor the sacred temple of my body. I honor the sacred temple of my body. I listen to its wisdom. I listen to its wisdom. I breathe in rest and wholeness. I breathe in rest and wholeness. Spirit renews me. Spirit renews me. And through me, life soars. And through me, life soars. Let's treat. I recognize that there is only one life. That life is the life of spirit. And everything is filled with this one life. This one divine energy that makes up everything animate and inanimate. All there is God. And so as I contemplate this idea, I remember that it really is easy for us to find sacred rest stops for our bodies. Just by paying attention and by acknowledging this body as the temple of the divine. And so how grateful we are to be this temple of the divine, to be around various temples of the divine, to recognize the divinity in absolutely everything. I know that in this divinity is infinite intelligence and unconditional love. So as we said in our affirmation, we're ready to experience and express more love. We're allowing ourselves to soar with spirit, to know the truth, and to feel it in the very center of our being. So I know that this week, as we go through each day, we allow ourselves to let go of any thoughts that are negative or that are putting ourselves down in any way or putting anything down in any way. And we let ourselves just express and experience divine love. I know that as we do this, we begin to see the beauty of life. We begin to be so grateful for being alive, for becoming more aware every single day. We allow ourselves to let our spirits fly. So with a grateful heart, I release these words into divine law, knowing that they are already so, and so it is. So our band is going to give us our gift of music today. Woohoo!
This is designed to wake you up for the offertory. So keep in mind it's like a pre-offertory. We're going to feature Jackson on this one. The McCoys.
The McCoys. The Royal Guardsmen did Snoopy versus the Red
Yes,
Bear. Okay, or
yes.
Sloopy versus the Red Bear.
They're related, yeah.
All right, now is the time for the sharing of our gifts. There are a couple of plates, pots, trays that are going to go around, and put in it whatever you can. Always put love, always put positive intention. Don't just throw, well, if you really just want to throw money in there, you have our permission. That said, whatever you want to put in, add positive intention. But let us first start out by saying, I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses the center, all in it and beyond, and so it is. And the band plays more. Wow, this is amazing. There's $007 in here. Right, if you'll come forward. I am grateful for understanding that there is only one. It is one infinite, immense energy that responds and reflects through everything that we put into it, our thoughts, our feelings, our hopes, our beliefs, and our contributions. And these contributions go out into that energy, into this world, sharing exactly what it is that we put in with them, which I know is love, peace, understanding, and support for all who need it, which is every one of us. So I accept these gifts with that gratitude. I release these words into the law of mind, knowing that they are already happening, and together we all say, and so it is. Thank you. All right, next up, let's see here. We've got statement of inclusion. We're going to do our statement of inclusion. We will need somebody to come up here and read it, if I can find it. There it is. But before we do that, a couple of quick announcements, and I rearranged this a little bit here. Today is the first Saturday of the month. That's where I was going. It's the first Saturday of February. Sometimes things just come out, you know, you just go with what it is. I get back home eventually. It is the first Sunday in September, wherever that came from, and that means it's birthday Sunday. So there's a potluck out there in the other room. There's all sorts of food. Please help yourself. But Burl has brought flowers for people whose birthdays are in September. If your birthday is in September, and as we have learned, there will in theory be many of them, please stand and we will sing off-key and loudly happy birthday to you. I am already standing, but I know there are other birthdays in September. Come on. Yeah. Let's hear it for Christmas celebrations. All right. So Burl is handing out flowers, and together we sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. We're going to do our statement of inclusion in a minute. I like to go to the demonstrations first and then the statement of inclusion, and then Donna will come forward and lead us in the peace song. If you are new to our center or just don't quite understand it, this will be part of what we will go over on the Practitioners' Day on September 20th if you have questions. What a demonstration is, I know I repeat it with regularity, but it's important because it's kind of the bedrock of what we do and who we are. We believe we are all connected to one infinite source. We call that the infinite mind, call it spirit, call it God, call it the divine. It doesn't matter what you wish to call it. It has no name. So what we do is we get an idea, we get a thought, we get a belief, it's something we want, and we picture it. And then we feel it. It's more than just thinking of it. It's not like, oh, I want $1 million and poof. I wish it was that easy. It doesn't quite work that way. But we get something, we think of it, we feel it, we put it into that mind, it comes back in real life. And that's what we call a demonstration. They can be simple. Oh, I wish there was a parking lot in front of this, or parking space in front of the store. Simple demonstration. I believe and I feel that I am healthy, vital, and complete. Major demonstration. There is peace on the planet. Soon to be demonstration. So if anybody has a demonstration in their life, then they can share it briefly, a minute or less. We would love to hear what you have to say. Lori, please, thank you. You get the walking music.
I know. Thanks, Jeff. Well, this is a continuation of a demonstration that I shared probably a couple weeks ago. And I have 3 book ideas, and I need your help with my first book. And it's about demonstrations. So if you have a demonstration that you would like to have in the book, just let me know. I have email address I can give you, or if you already have my phone, you can text me and let me know. But, and I will make it anonymous. I do want to put city and state where people are from, but please come see me if you have a demonstration you would like in the book. Thank you.
When that book comes out, it will be kind of a meta demonstration. It will be Lori's demonstration of many demonstrations. So it kind of all goes together. Any other quick demonstration before we go to our statement of inclusion? Please, Kathy. I know, she gets it.
All music is great music. So, about a month ago or so, give or take a couple of weeks, I made a very large retail purchase, and I was great. It taken me a while to come to that conclusion. I did my research, all the things, right? And I thought about how, I was practicing my practice in doing that. And then the very next day and later that night, I got all that agita, and anxiety when you make a large purchase and you go, oh crap, did I do the right thing? Because it's called the second guessing method. And so I, again, reinvestigated, reevaluated, and came to the same conclusion. And when I got here the next day, which was Sunday, I was still feeling that way. And I decided that my work alone wasn't enough. So I did speak to a practitioner who believed that it was about abundance. It wasn't, because one of the things that practitioners are here to do is to give us that spiritual tool that is underneath all that. And really, I just needed to release the fact that I'd done the good work and everything was okay, right? So I sometimes will do, as I often do when I speak to a practitioner, and I say, will you help me know this? And they will always say, of course. And then they'll ask a little bit about it. One time, we were doing another thing where I was selling something, and I looked at Scott, and Scott said, yes, I know that, and more. I had a certain price in mind. I wanted to sell something, and it was just like that. And then I had to sit back and wait, because the other thing is that there's this divine discontent that happens whenever we make a decision, when we do a treatment, when anything else happens, because I had a timeline that I was hoping for. And it didn't happen in that timeline. And yet it did happen, and it happened how I wanted it to happen. It did come in for more. That's a demonstration. both of those things for demonstration. And by the way, what I got is this new sofa, and it's showing up on Friday. So that's really fun. It's going to be the key choice. And if there are no other demonstrations, I'm prepared to read this as well.
Well played. Does anybody else have a demonstration? In that case, you got yourself a job.
All right, excellent. We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, champions inner work, and creates space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocates for people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all life, remains learners and listeners so that we may grow together, and understands that oneness is not sameness. We know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well.
Let's make a circle around the room. Yes, we have enough people. I would like to share that in our household, there was a bit of a demonstration in that we have a greenhouse and we have an abundance of tomatoes this year. And Brian was fretting, oh, all these tomatoes, are we going to make a billion things of sauce? I don't can anymore. So Brian decided he was going to research and do something to preserve this abundance. We went to a store, got some canning jars, got all the little equipment, looked at videos and studied all of these things, got our kettles together, and we did not have a little ring to put in the bottom of our kettle so that the jars would sit up a little bit when we did that water bath type. He just goes, oh, I have to go down to Miranda's. Something's there. Sure enough, he found the perfect wire ring, bent the sides up. He has now got his first 4 quarts of whole tomatoes. He was so tickled, like his tail wagged all weekend.